Hey lads, gals, welcome to Survival Building, and today, yes, I am back, recording videos. It's great. And today, and at least for the next couple of months, I'm going to do a, Minecraft, series, like a Let's Play-ish area. Ooh. It's a dripstone cave. Where I am going to be playing survival mode Minecraft, and stay more on the informative side of things, mostly how to build in Minecraft survival. Like, build well in survival, because it's a lot easier to build in creative mode than it is in survival. For many reasons. I spawned in, like, a horrible place. A horrid place. Hopefully, when you start a survival world, you don't get absolutely destroyed by your spawn like I just did here. Seriously, like, what is this? It's a desert well. No way. 'Cause I can't see anywhere I can find a tree or anything. That's ridiculous. But yeah, I'm going to mainly be along the lines of the building aspects of things, teaching you how to build a world you want to live in terms of survival mode. Because yeah, it's fun to build some cool little houses in creative mode, but like at the end of the day, you want a single world where it's like, you know, if you want a long-term world, you kind of want to have a good start and things of that nature. I think it can be very daunting for those who want to build a good survival world. May struggle to start out just because you don't know how to compose your world when you first start. You're just trying to survive, really. There's trees. Okay, so boat time. Let's go over here. A couple of good items. I need food. Badly. That's an enormous cave. That's great. I can't explore that because holy crap, I'm not equipped for that sort of thing yet. Oh, it's something. I got obsidian and some armor. I'll take some armor. This is the tiniest mangrove swamp I've ever seen. Oh, it's a village. Yes. I don't have to survive the night. I can skip it with their beds and their civilization. That's fantastic. This is the tiniest village I've ever seen. Oh, I think it might have been. Is this? Are these two different villages? I'm not entirely sure. But I'm going to yoink into your bed, and also steal it when I get up in the morning, because I'm a criminal. Yeah. And I have a golden hoe. I'm going to steal your hay, so I can have food for once. And there's a camel. That's fantastic. Okay, 40 pieces of bread, that's pretty good. That's not too bad. And, yeah, I'm out. Okay, so after about 3 millennia and, a long boat journey away, I think I found an area worth inhabiting, for the most part. Also, there's a point where I got out of, I'm gonna keep it into the video, or show it now, but my boat legitimately turned around by itself. What? What? Editing me, put that in slow motion. What? It's ridiculous. Okay, so after a bit, even longer and even more searching, I have found a place where I think I want to set up shop. I'm going to place these sugar canes down here, just for now. would you place this in here? This in here, this in here, this in here. And basically, get started, clearing out some trees. And, getting some better materials to set up our house. For this, thing. 'Cause that's what this episode's about. Alright, let's get into it. Okay, so I don't know why I put the ground there. I have cleared out a space for a little house, along with doing just a touch of terraforming, just a touch, and as well as gathering a bit more materials and putting stuff in the furnace. And we're just about ready to get started on our starter base, the very first home we are going to call home. Let's get into it. Okay, after an hour of mining and dying once, I got enough resources to, though I think I have enough resources to build a starter home. I have copper smelting in here, and things should be going well for the most part. And yeah, this isn't going to be a time lapse. This is going to be more like a step by step, like sort of like a montage of me like talking about stuff, and mostly just elaborating upon my ideas of what I want to do with this place and this area here. And the first thing I want to do is cover this up because this is ugly. But yeah, let's get into it. I think I'm going to dig into the wall for these back pillars here, just for a bit of space. And it might be nice to have this flush with the wall. I can dig into this little mountain space to give myself a bit more room on the inside of the base. I don't know though if that's what I want to do. In fact, I could bring this out instead and make like a little porch area here in the front, because this is a small space here. I don't think I'm going to be able to fit the entire house on that single plane, so I might have to go down 1 or 2 blocks just to make it fit, make it all fit. Marking out the pillars of your base is really important. Is vital, nearly vital, in order to get a good grasp of what you're working with. It's super easy to do. I always recommend you to work out your dimensions before you do anything else. Anything else with the house. I recommend doing that first. Oh, it's raining. Awesome. I'm going to go ahead and craft some mangrove stairs. I'm going to see if a sort of a little trim on the roof with mangrove stairs would look nice. I'm going to do a sort of like a rustic little bend on the top here, to give it a little extra like personality. Oh, you're kidding! It's a it's a 2-block center. You don't want that. You never want a 2-block center. Usually you don't. If it's a bigger build, it doesn't really matter. Or if symmetry is extremely important. And then on the top, I'm going to connect both parts of the roof with a bit of stripped mangrove log. I'm also going to add these little like parts on the side. I don't know what you'd call them, but they round out the roof. This is more experimental. I don't know if I want to do this, but I do want to break up the red. I don't want to use too much of the mangrove, because it can be a bit, how would you say, overbearing. I'm going to carve out a hole in this wood here to make a window, in order to create a little bit of contrast between the wood, like the oak planks, the mangrove, and the deep slate. I'm going to try and use stripped birch logs along the top of the roof, to add contrast. In artistic mediums, you really want to stick to 3 main colors. Your foundation block, which is this, your contrast block, which of course is this, and then your accent, which is this. And so there's that piece of information there, right for you. Oh yeah, I should probably talk about more about like actually working with your resources in when you're first starting out. Yeah, it's quite a challenge to get a good looking build without, I've gotten quite lucky with being next to a mangrove swamp. Not everyone will be as fortunate. Of course, I've had to pay my retribution for that one, considering I had to spawn in a mesa biome and I died once. But regardless of that, it's important to use resources in your environment. Try to be innovative on what you can use in replacement of things you're used to. So like, instead of using bricks, you can quite easily use granite to achieve a similar effect. And granite is quite easily gotten in large amount, in a good enough amount to where you probably won't need to search so heavily for it. And so there's things like that. Of course, when it comes to like things like texturing and stuff, you can really you really don't have much options with texturing, but like if you found a geode, you can mix the calcite you found with the diorite you found to create some nice white texturing. Yeah, it's important to stay as creative as possible with limitations such as your resources or more artistically speaking, your palette. Your palette in general, when you first start out playing a world, will be very limited, and so using as many colors as you possibly can, even if they aren't what you want, in the end, is important because at least it's something, right? And it gets a somewhat similar picture to what you're actually aiming for, rather than just having to like sit outside like this for ages, just trying to get these resources to make your starter house look good, when in reality you really don't need to spend too much time on this. Just something that looks somewhat appealing and that you don't hate, if that makes sense. Adding a little window up there to break up this front wall over here. There's multiple things you could put up here. You could put a flower bed up there. They do a lot of things. In fact, I might do some flower beds here. Great idea, me. Using those polished andesite blocks to break up the chimney. Alright, now say it with me, folks. The key to building an interior is always, always, always going to be framing. Framing is the most important thing to do when you're building an interior. Like, no question about that. That was a bee! These little outside bits for your house, like these potted areas here, can do wonders for breaking up the walls of your house without actually doing anything to the walls themselves. You can do a lot of things like that. Like, for instance, I can craft a bunch of this wheat back into hay and make like a pile of hay to the side of the house, like this sort of thing, and it just it clears up, it covers up a lot of the wall, even if most of it's still there. From this view, it doesn't look like there's so much wall still visible, and that's why windows and stuff and this chimney here are so important to utilize in a house, is because it breaks up these walls. Instead of making them flat walls that just don't look right or just look too plain, you can really make them feel more alive and more busy without losing too much. I know it's the early game, but it would look really nice if I used some iron bars for the fireplace. It would look nice, and I'm going to do that like that. Also, I know it's the early game, but these campfires look nice. I want to use them. So just like I've done here, it's okay to have placeholder materials. It's okay to use placeholder materials such as cobbled deep slate. I don't know what else to fill the floor with right now, but I know that I need to fill it. And so I need to fill it with something that's not completely, against my judgment, which in this case would be cobbled deep slate. Like I said before, you can easily change out things to make them better later on. It doesn't have to be now. Survival is a game of patience in a lot of ways. Now, one thing that's even more difficult to get right than roofs is ceilings, because ceilings are a lot more arbitrary to design than you would think. And for now, I'm just going to fill in this roof, the ceiling, with mangrove planks, just to get the thing. I'm also gonna. Can I slap a torch up there too, just so I don't get mobs up there? I'm going to do that. That's good enough for now. I'm going to do a little bit of interior design here with more of like the utility stuff here, like some chests and stuff. And bring in my bed. Now this is a little strange, but I'm going to make a little loft area for my bed up here. Okay, that's all I got for today. That's pretty much, hopefully, a good visual and verbal guide to how to build with limited resources. I want to highlight the idea that you have a lot more resources to your disposal than you might originally expect. Like, I used hay blocks here, I used mangrove, I used deep slate, I used granite, I used campfires, I used copper. I used more than just a couple of resources here, but they were all gathered through. I have a stone sword to my name. This is my weapon, a stone sword. And I have 3 furnaces. And like the only food source I have is bread. Like this is without a shadow of a doubt early game. And yet I was able to build a decent looking home within the restrictions. You have a lot more resources to your advantage. Use all of them. Every single one, you can use it. Even if it's not what you want right now, just like this cobble deep slate, I'll find something else to fill it in with later on. It's not important right now. But yeah, I'm gonna play some torches real fast around the house. Because I want it to be bright. And perhaps I want to use an evening shot for the thumbnail. But yeah, that should really be it for today. I hope you learned something today. I hope you learned how to learn more about building in survival with limited resources. I hope you had fun watching this, and I will see you lads later. Take care.